P. Diddy verdict. From hip-hop icon to legal firestorm, he built an empire on music, fame, and money. But behind the platinum plaques and red carpets, there were whispers. Now, those whispers have turned into national headlines and courtroom confessions. For decades, they stayed silent. But now, the truth is on record. This is the real story behind the P. Diddy verdict, and the survivors who made the world finally listen. Sean Combs, known to the world as P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, or simply Diddy, wasn't just another rapper. He was a man behind Bad Boy Records, the mogul who launched the notorious B.I.G., the billionaire entrepreneur who turned music into fashion, fashion into liquor, and fame into generational wealth. He was a cultural force, omnipresent, untouchable. Born in Harlem in 1969, Sean Combs was raised by a single mother after his father was murdered in 1972. His father was connected to the drug world. That tragedy lit a fire in Combs that turned into ambition. He hustled his way from Howard University to the top of the music industry. He became a symbol of black excellence, of making it out and making it big. But with power came protection. And for years, while Diddy stood at the top of entertainment, rumors swirled below the surface. People whispered about abuse, manipulation, coercion, and fear, but nobody dared speak on record. That changed in November 2023. Cassie Ventura, a singer, model, and former partner Diddy, filed a lawsuit that sent shockwaves through the industry. Her claims were explosive. Physical abuse, sexual assault, trafficking, control, and psychological warfare over the course of a decade-long relationship. She accused Diddy of rape, of beating her, of forcing her into sex acts with others while he watched, of blowing up hotel rooms, of making her life a prison, with his wealth and power as the bars. Within 24 hours of filing, the lawsuit was settled privately, but the damage was done. The floodgates had opened. In the weeks that followed, at least 5 more women came forward, each with eerily similar stories. Parties with drugs, underage girls, surveillance, violence. Former employees began to talk. One bodyguard described Diddy's house as a nightmare with no cameras in the right places. Another claimed they were paid to keep their mouths shut and their eyes closed. What was once a distant murmur became a roar. By January 2024, federal authorities, including the Department of Homeland Security, began investigating Diddy for potential sex trafficking, coercion, and organized abuse. His homes in Los Angeles and Miami were raided. Computers, phones, documents were seized. Media outlets released decades of footage, stories, and comments from insiders who said they always knew something wasn't right. Then came the leaked video. In March 2024, a video surfaced showing Diddy assaulting Cassie in a hotel hallway, confirming a portion of her original lawsuit. The footage was clear, violent, and undeniable. Sponsors began to cut ties. His vodka deal terminated. His clothing brand dropped from major retailers. His streaming rights suspended pending investigation. But Diddy wasn't just facing cancellation, he was facing courtrooms. On June 14, 2024, in a landmark civil verdict, a New York jury found Diddy legally liable for sexual assault, coercion, and reputational harm in one of the multiple cases filed against him. The jury awarded $23 million in damages to plaintiff. This was a civil case, not a criminal conviction. But it was the first official acknowledgement in court that Sean Combs was not just a mogul. He was an abuser. More lawsuits are pending. Federal charges may still come. The verdict marked a turning point not just for Diddy, but for the entire entertainment industry. For years, celebrity has acted like armor. Wealth has blurred morality. Artists, especially in hip-hop, have long operated in a space where fame excused almost anything. But that era may be ending. Survivors who were once silenced are now leading the narrative. They are naming names, filing lawsuits, organizing coalitions. And with every court ruling, the wall of silence cracks a little more. Cassie's case was never just about her. It was about a system that protects powerful men, a music industry that rewards dominance over decency, a culture that glorifies control and calls it charisma. The verdict against Diddy is not the end. It's the beginning of an unmasking. Artists who were once too scared to speak now have a template. Contracts once hidden in shadows are being scrutinized. Companies that look the other way are now making statements, not out of morality, but out of fear of being next. In the end, justice is never just one verdict. It's a chain reaction. The question isn't whether Diddy will face more consequences. The question is, who else built their empire on silence, secrets, and pain? And when will their verdicts come? Because in a world that worships power, truth is the last song they want to hear. But it's playing now, loudly, and the chorus is made of voices who will no longer be ignored. This is a fall of P. Diddy, and the rise of something far more powerful, accountability.